The Littlest Wave. Story Sumana Chandavarkar. Illustrations Prakash Ishwaramurthy. The littlest wave is the nicest, said Ahalya to her mother. They stood on the beach watching the tide. Great big breakers rolled up, turned right over and splashed onto the sands with roar. They wore white collars of foam and swept the beach with large sheets of water. Big waves slide back small crabs secured out of small round holes. Tiny shells glistened in the wet sand. That was fun to watch, but Ahalya did not like some of the other things the big waves did. They push you over if you fail to notice it coming, and they stuck dirt, sand at your feet when they go back, said Ma. So, as little waves, but not hard. Little waves are gentle. And the lily was the gentlest of all. It made a small lake around Ahalya's feet. It ran into the moat she and her mother had dug around the sand castle, and when it went back, the sand dried very quickly. Ahalya wished it could have stayed a while longer, but it never did, nor did it come often, even when they were in the sea. Ahalya always knew the littlest wave. It was like no other, the nicest feel of all. One morning, Ahalya and her mother and father went down the edge of the sea. Maybe a swim, said father, and Ma said, why not? Look how calm the sea is. The big waves seemed to have gone to another part of the beach to turn their silly somersaults. Only the little waves were chasing each other. The littlest wave come up to where Ahalya stood waiting. It splashed lightly and whispered, come in and play. It is lovely. Ahalya shook her head. You come up? She whispered back. Let's build sand castles. Yes, let's if you don't want to swim, said Ahalya's father, who thought Ahalya was talking to him. Anma said, why don't you both go ahead? I will have my swim and join you. So Ahalya chose a new place to build their new sand castle. It was close enough to the sea for the littlest wave to come in. But no waves come beyond the shore. Maybe because tides are low played, said father, who was busy digging up sand and making tunnels. What's that? asked Ahalya. That's when the sea goes out, you find more and more of damp beach. You mean the sea goes back forever? asked Ahalya. Ahalya felt very sad. Had the littlest wave gone out without waving goodbye to me? asked Ahalya disheartedly. Oh, no, it comes in again as slowly as it goes out. And when it starts coming in, the waves splash closer and closer upon the beach, just as they have been going out now. But it takes a long time and then it is high tide, said father. The moon pulls the water in and sends them out. Father added, Ahalya, look at the sky. The sun was up there, bright and warm, but the moon, it was nowhere to be found. If she had seen it, Ahalya would have told what the trick play was all about. Now the littlest wave would not be able to, she said crossly. Father grinned. Sorry, my girl, it cannot be helped. He began to help her collect shells. Soon they had a pile which he put in a little hole in the sand castle they built. One of the waves sneaked up and early took them away. No, you don't, said Ahalya's father, and put these shells safely in another place. Ahalya was sure it couldn't have been the littlest wave. But then, where was the littlest wave? The sand castle was the biggest they had ever built. It had terrace tunnels, a deep moat with a cool lovely with a snail stuck on. Ahalya's father tied his handkerchief to a stick and stuck it in the topmost tower of all. Beautiful, he said, stepping back to admire it. Just the Ahalyas felt a small splash around her feet, and a trickle of water crept swiftly into the moat, filled it up, and stayed here. Sorry, gasped the little wave in a voice that only Ahalyas could hear. Father couldn't believe his eyes. When mother returned from her swim, he told her, but the tide was nearly out. Can you think where this one littlest wave come up from, just enough to fill the moat? Father and mother were both surprised. Ahalya didn't say anything. She put her hand into the moat so the littlest wave knew how happy she was. Thank you.